Hello, families of Alamosa Online School. It's been a week, and it feels like maybe it's been longer than a week, but we have been doing Alamosa Online School with our elementary students for a week. With about 280 students in our kindergarten through fifth grade part of Alamosa Online School, we have most of our families connected, which is really exciting to think about. So that's one good thing from this week. The families that are not yet connected, the students who are still struggling, we're not done helping you. We understand that it's frustrating, and we want you to know that we are not expecting you to have all of your classes in order. With that, I have a couple of updates. So, we are finding that the CDLS classes in Buzz for the elementary students are not as experienced as the middle and high school classes. And because of that, they're not as user friendly as we had hoped. We feel that the way those classes are set up is really not going to support our students for the entire school year in the best way possible. We hear your frustrations and we feel your frustrations. And so we've made a couple decisions that I hope you will be very excited about. This is going to take a lot of the stress off. We're not completely getting rid of Buzz because we also want students to get used to the system so that they're more prepared as they transition into middle school. So, for math, you have seen those math classes disappear on Buzz because we didn't want that frustration to continue. Their work has not disappeared. Their work is still valid that they've accomplished this far. Okay? But we are going to use something else for math. The program we're going to use is called Zearn. Zearn is a part of Eureka Math, which is a really common curriculum, and it has been around for a long time, and it is full of resources. The best thing about this is it's extremely user-friendly. The lessons have videos that stop so that students respond during the video, and they will not have to wait for their teacher to return graded work. Students will still be able to work faster or slower. We, as teachers, can also see how they're doing in certain areas, and we can adapt the work that they're doing to better support them. We will show students exactly what Zearn is, how to use it, and we will do that this whole next week. We're not rushing. We realize that we started this school year as a sprint. And I think that that just shows that you, the families and the students, have been so amazing. You're so amazing. You were ready to go and you were ready to run, and we need to walk first. So we are going from running into this school year. We're going to walk. Okay, we're just as excited, but we're slowing down. Because like I've said before, we want to lay the best foundation for this school year so that students can be as successful as possible. And that can't happen if we rush into something and it's frustrating or it doesn't work. So, there's our plan for math. You also have seen that the science and the social studies classes aren't showing up in your students' dashboard. We put those on hold. And what we're going to do while we figure out the best solution is for the first quarter, we will have students work on science and social studies activities in a program called Freckle. They've probably also used this before. We were lucky enough to get a pilot version of the premium at no cost to us for a couple months while we figure out if this is something that we will be able to continue, or if the students will then go back to their Buzz, science, and social studies classes, having become a little bit more familiar with the system. So for this first quarter, while we figure that out, we will post activities for students through Google Classroom to Freckle. When students are signed in with their Google account, they will be able to use that to sign in to Zern and to Freckle and anything else that we are adding that is separate from Buzz. So they have Buzz and they have Google. That's really it. I know it might seem like more logins, but this is going to be less stress. So students can continue working on PE, technology, and art in Buzz. Those are elective classes that they might not spend as much time on each day. They might also not do each of those every day. If they spend more time on art and then they skip PE that day and then tomorrow they spend more time on PE. ELA, language arts, reading. Students will still spend about 30 minutes a day on ELA in Buzz. But for the rest of their reading time, they should be reading an actual book at home. We are going to get them connected to some resources like Get Epic and some other things through Google Classroom where they can just read books. We also will show them how they can take one of their journals or notebooks that they have and each day spend about 10-15 minutes just writing. We also will be introducing some different at-home activities that will support reading and language. You can also create them an account if you want them to practice their typing. Those are things that we're going to explain. But I want you to feel less of a burden. I want the students to feel less of a burden. So for our younger students, for K through 5, Buzz has been stripped down to ELA, English Language Arts, which is their reading, writing, and language. PE, kindergarten doesn't have PE because they need structured playtime. Art and technology. That's it right now. So 4 classes in Buzz instead of 7. Okay? You'll still see the Mindful Moose. We are still going to do that. We had to slow down this week so that we could figure out a better plan to move forward. So we got to walk before we can run, and we're going to get there together. I am excited and I am relieved. I was feeling those frustrations that you are all feeling. So, of course, we are learning through this together, and I want you to communicate. Please reach out to your teachers with questions or concerns. The biggest thing is that these students are getting onto their student Google account, checking their Gmail for an invite to Google Classroom, and then from there, they will be able to get to everything else that they need. So, enjoy your long holiday weekend. Next week, we should have more information about the art supplies and science and PE, the supplies that we've ordered, and we will schedule a day that we can all meet in the parking lot at the admin building and you can pick up some supplies. So don't even worry about art right now. We're slowing down. So I look forward to seeing all of my 4th and 5th grade students. I know Mrs. Salazar and Mr. Perez. Look forward to seeing their students in Zoom next week. We will teach you how to get into Zern to do math. And the following week, we will get into science and social studies on Freckle. And we are going to have more office hours next week that you can join our Zoom so that we can help you with tech support if you're struggling. Call me. Message us through Remind. Communicate. I hope this puts you at ease. Thank you and have an awesome Labor Day weekend.